Oh man, first I just want to say, Jeremy and Henrik, thank you so much for your time. This has been amazing. I find that for a lot of entrepreneurs, the major pain point is execution and like really figuring out your value, especially when you're doing something that's kind of fairly different. I'm curious for you both. Do you have like a strategy or any insight in terms of how people can figure out their value in the marketplace? Because while we all like to say we're priceless, if you show up to that in the marketplace, you're going to get nothing. So I'm kind of curious on your thoughts on that.
Well, maybe I'll start and then Jeremy can jump in. Often when people don't find out the value, basically going back to the earlier statement, it's because the problem that they're solving is not meaningful enough for people wanting to pay for it. And so one of the things that we tend to do and that I described in the book is called signal mining. And so what I often would do was when we have a problem and we come up with a solution, I would create a landing page and then I would try to drive traffic towards it to see if people wanted to sign up for it or even better pay. In fact, when we started BarkBox, Matt and Carly and I were just riffing on different ideas, and we came up with how do you make your dogs happier in New York City where it's tough to get cool stuff. And I made the first version of BarkBox on my phone, and we went down to the local dog park and showed it to people. And a bunch of people said, "Hey, that's cool. Sign me up and you're ready." And I was like, "I have Square on my phone, so if you want to give me some money, like I can take them here." And so we ended up having like 70 accounts before I even knew what the product is. And so it might be a little bit of a roundabout way of trying to answer your question, but I feel that we can often try to understand how heightened the problem is and how willing people are to pay for your solution before we actually make anything, which saves you from the trouble of then having to come up with brilliant marketing to try to promote something that might be more a vitamin pill than a painkiller.
The only thing that I would add to what Henrik is saying there, Paul, is removing conditional language. Henrik and Matt and Carly did not go down and say, if we did this, because you know what people say, "Oh, good job, guys. Let us know when it's ready. We'll be sure to," and they would spend a lot of time building something that maybe nobody wanted. Instead, what they said is, "We have this. Sign up here. Are you ready to literally swipe your card on the square?" So moving from kind of hypothetical decisions to actual decisions, and you want to create as believable, high believability for low investment of time is kind of you could call it experimental ROI. And so you want maximum believability in minimum investment. And if a decision feels real to someone, Paul, to your question, that's a way of understanding the value to the market. If they feel like they're just like, I could have everybody who's been a consultant raise their hand, right? It's like, can a consultant create any kind of data they want? Yes. I get a clipboard. I go to the mall food court. I've done it a lot of times as a former consultant. "Excuse me, mister, hate to trouble you during dinner. My boss has a really good idea about a beer garden up there on 4. And I was wondering, would you mind just to let me know, be totally honest with me. Do you like that idea?" What is the guy going to say? "Put me down for a yes, buddy. Tell your boss I love his idea," right? Not because he does, because it's awkward, it's embarrassing, right? And it's cost him nothing to lie to me. So what you want to do is you want to create a scenario where someone feels they're making a believable decision, not telling you what you want to hear.
Love that. That was so insightful.